Dear friends, guests, welcome to DLD 2010, our next decade.
Welcome. It's such a super pleasure to have you here.
So who's here the first time? Oh, good.
Who is here the second time?
Second time. Who's here the fifth time?
Wow.
Who comes from America?
Why?
Wow. Who comes from Israel? Wow. Who comes from
Germany.
From Germany. Woo! Who comes from Bavaria?
But those who have maybe jet lag, be sure that you drink a lot. Not only Bavarian beer, a lot of water, and sleep a lot. Oh, no. Don't sleep. The next 60 hours will be a packed program, a fun program, and lots of side events, a big party, art events, so prepared.
Absolutely. 48 hours actually. I think we have around 40 panels, discussions for you prepared. I think we have around 100 active speakers of the DLD community this year here. And we have around 20 partners who work with us this year in our 6th conference. And that's great. Thank you.
But this is a stage for connecting. The one who knows us, we are the connectors. We love to introduce you. We love to make friends with a lot of people. We love to connect the unexpected. I know I shouldn't say so much I love to and hey friends, but we really mean it, do we?
Yeah, we mean it. And one thing, making friends can also be good for you. We heard that some deals, some business, some new partnerships have been created through DLD over time. So it's another reason to talk to your neighbor and ask him what he is doing. Actually, what is your neighbor doing? Dave, what is your neighbor doing? Did you talk to him? You're an entrepreneur. Great. Dave Morgan of Dakota, great entrepreneur of digital, has a new company. Jeff, what is Dave doing? Do you know? He's going to change television advertising. Who's interested in that? Oh, some of them. So that's DLD.
We have a lot of disruptors, as you will see in Yossi's panel. We have a lot of transformators. But the biggest thing you know is the Web 2.0. It changed everything. It changed the social patterns. It changed the way how we communicate. It is an enormous thing. It's you know what it is.
So don't talk to them now for us. You know who we are, and thanks for the friends helping us getting this program together this year. But one thing maybe, what we tried at DLD is at the beginning of the year to discuss with the best minds the state of the digital economy. And we hope that these 2 days is a discussion of that. There will be debates, there will be new ideas, there will be people coming back, but it's really this discussion and this insight we're looking forward to. And more than that, we have also CEOs and business leaders beyond digital who speak to the DLD community even today.
It's quite an unusual opening to see that the social web is the rock music of the 60s, but There's a lot to think about what we have seen. I like very much these the design. Have you seen it already? When I think it was in August when I asked Ruby, where's Ruby? Behind the stage. Hey Ruby, I asked him, have you any idea how you will design it? Because the web is design, you know, it's information, but you must pack it. So he will explain, and I like it very much. It's beautiful. It's really something very outstanding. To the conference, you will get in 48 hours, I think, a very interesting program. In such a moment, what are my feelings? My feelings is that we live in a very historical moment, on the edge, as we all feel, to something very new. And historically, you only can compare this to the Gutenberg times, where the movable letters has been invented. And of course, it led to an incredible upside, an incredible downside. Think of all the wars, religion of the 16th and 17th century. My company started 100 years ago in printing, in the Gutenberg business. We started with published with newspapers in 1903. And then in the second half of the 20th century, we became one of the leading international publishing houses with magazines. We published more than 250, 260 in many, many countries. And then we launched Focus in 93. And I couldn't see how the web would look like in 2003. But the people, Marcel and me and Uli Bauer and all who were there from the very first beginning, the Focus really took the net design as in a magazine. So we were the first international who brought information from computer directly to plate. No one else can focus. So, and when I saw these, I understood immediately that the digitalization will change the whole Gutenberg world. And we made a success out of Focus, and I will tell you what we have done with the money we make with Focus. Then we had a conference in October where I took the leading people of my company together, and she asked me, how do you see the future of magazines and newspapers? What will we have in 10 years? Where is the future of our company? And then I showed them these maps. The one is the traditional one of the European landscape. You see all the beautiful cities, you know, Rome, Florence, Bologna, Venice, Milano, Bern, Augsburg, Fuggerfeld, Salzburg. They have always been trading posts along terrestrial roads, connected through the European landscape, terrestrial roads. And once in around 1500, when they were sitting together, in my imagination it's the Chateau Chinon, where Joseph and me, Joseph, we were sitting with Klaus Schwab at the end of August. And you had a table with already a dish and other one. And most of the people in traditional business, they spoke about terrestrial ways. But on your table, it was to me that you spoke of something very new. And it was, as a metaphor, the harbor of Antwerp, because from there on you see the new maritime roads were discovered and led to America and to Africa. So I think we have two systems. We have terrestrial roads and we have the new maritime roads, seaways. And I tell you, these are two different systems. Don't make the mistake we have done for a lot of time to bring the people from the terrestrial ways to the sea. It's very difficult. Sailors has a total other mentality. and most of you are sailors. And so I think this is something when I told them, but don't forget, the terrestrial system hasn't gone away. It's still there. It's incredibly profitable. Sometimes even more profitable than the other one. So I know newspapers and magazines will not go away, but it has to change incredibly, as you can see with the Autobahnen and the Maut system and all this. But there are two parallel systems which can be very interesting. So what has been done in my company, we have taken all the profit and we have invested it in Bernhard, where are you? The new CEO of my company, stand up. He's following me. He is he's the architect of digital holding. Whenever we meet on Monday afternoons, I ask him, did you buy any new real estate at the harbor of Antwerp for our ships? So we have invested in more than 40 companies and activities. The company's turnover is more than $1 billion. Our share in these $1 billion is around about 60%, which in a consolidated PLL runs up to $600 million in my company, which is quite nice and significant for a company which you have to change. So go on with your traditional business, with your terrestrial business, change it. Don't make too much mistakes in believing of line extension. I don't see so much business. I believe 10 years ago. When I was here, a year ago, I spoke about Holger Schmidt from the FAZ wrote it, about the lousy pennies in the online business. It's still advertising, visual advertising is still a lousy business in the online business. But I think after 2 days, we can find where the business is. I remember, by the way, not too long, my speech, excuse me, 94, we were at the Industrie- und Handelskammer in Bonn. Bill Gates was just becoming a superstar. And we were asked by the journalists, where is the future business? And Gates said, it's in advertising. And I said, it's e-commerce. I think both were right. The only problem is, shows that the advertising is gone to Google. That's, all the business is gone to Google. And we make a long face, you know. So, that's why, Karin will tell you more, I think we changed a lot on the way to e-commerce. So, Focus Online is profitable, but through e-commerce, through Holiday Check and other companies, but not through advertising. So that's the explication of the lousy pennies. Maybe with Glenn, there's an interesting one. Maybe with Glenn, there's something coming totally new. So, coming to the end, you'll see you liked it, what I said, or you will? Yeah. I think it's a fantastic time. It's a fantastic 2 days. And let me conclude with one of the greatest philosophers Germany had in the 20th century, Walter Benjamin. He said, wann immer sich die Medien verändern, ändert sich die Gesellschaft. Whenever media changes, society changes. We will see. Viel Erfolg, schön, dass Sie da sind. Spannende 2 Tage.
Thank you, Hubert Burda. And now we have the honor and pleasure to call Yossi, our other chairman on stage. Yossi, what are you doing here?
There are some things that the digital web cannot and will not be able to replicate. A few months ago, President Perez has his annual conference tomorrow, and we had a very nice panel of experts and colleague of one of the next speakers, Mr. Josh Silverman, who is running Skype, was on the podium and said that having video is like being there. And an old, maybe you don't say the age of ladies, an old little lady stood up and with very heavy accent she said, "Oh no, you cannot replicate some things." And this was Dr. Ruth Westheimer, who suggested that video cannot be like being there, and you have to talk, you have to touch, and you have to have the face-to-face communication interaction, and this is what we are here. We are for the next 3 days, we are going to meet, to talk, and to discuss, and now like every year I would pause for a minute, and each one of you is in the middle of 8 people which are around you. 4 behind and left and 4 in the diagonal, so take a minute, turn to your 8 people, ask them who they are, shake their hands. Go ahead.